Hello, class of environmental management for AMU and APUS University. My name is Chris Humphreys, and I'm coming to you from sunny Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. This January, most of you guys are probably freezing, but down here it's toasty warm. As you can see down here, the vegetation does thrive. Along with the palm trees and the lush grasses, we do have cacti that thrive in the mix of crushed coral and volcanic soil that is fairly unique to this side of the island. I am a little isolated here in Guantanamo Bay, so my adaptive management plan is going to have to adhere to this area specifically. Guantanamo Bay is the U.S. Navy's oldest overseas naval base. It's just above Jamaica and a little over Haiti on the southeastern corner of Cuba. If you are trying to find this naval base on a map, the closest Cuban town is Caimanera. One very unique aspect of Guantanamo Bay is that the entire naval base functions as a wildlife sanctuary. The Cuban rock iguana, which is endangered elsewhere, is thriving down here in Guantanamo Bay. The Cuban boa, while difficult to find, is still present in Guantanamo Bay, and this endangered species is incredibly rare elsewhere. Being a Navy diver down here in Guantanamo Bay, I'm lucky to have one of the most beautiful workplaces in the world, and I'd like to show you that. The coral reef system of Guantanamo Bay is a mix of a fringing reef and patch reef system. Most fish you'll find in the Bahamas and elsewhere throughout the Caribbean can also be found here. We have sea turtles, both loggerhead and green, which make nesting sites here. There's also a variety of sharks down here in Guantanamo Bay, from the more docile nurse shark to larger species of reef sharks. Even hammerhead, mako, and bull sharks have been seen in the bay. While there are instructions in place, I feel they're very outdated and they lack any scientific evidence to back them up. A couple concerns I have about the current regulations are that there is no fishing license, so there is no training any of the residents receive about species identification. There's also no way to enforce the rules effectively. A structured wildlife management plan would benefit all levels of the coral reef ecosystem, from the lowest tube worms that inhabit the corals to scavengers like moray eels, all the way up to the apex predators like snapper. What I would like to see is an updated wildlife management plan that includes the current population trends of all of the predatory fish and other game species that you'd find on the coral reefs. New wildlife management strategies could be developed based on more current population trends amongst the game fish of the coral reef community, in conjunction with proper licensing procedures, like found in the rest of the United States, would only benefit the environment down here.